Smash Engineering.
All right, welcome back to this episode. Another day, another issue. You have a saltwater setup on your pool. You have a saltwater generator. It's doing this low salt beeping thing. As you can see, it says low salt, and it's giving you this 91 air code. You watched my previous video on how to fix this. You soaked these in vinegar overnight, got all the deposits off. It was looking promising, looked like it was good to go. And then the worst happened. You woke up the next day, or like me a few days later, and it's doing it again. You've cleaned them. What left is there to do but replace the entire unit, right? Wrong. This is a real simple, quick video. Give this a try before you replace this unit. I did some research on these and I found that, well, for one, the way it works is you have 12 volts coming out to these electrode plates. And I'll give you the rundown. Roughly how it works is it charges one plate, and the charged particles from one plate want to go to the other plate. They go through the saline water, the salt water, and collect on the other plate. In doing so, they turn salt water into chlorine. It's more technical than that, and if you know more about it, then you already know that it's more technical than that, but that's the gist of what happens. So these newer units have what's called a self-clean mode on them. Now, I looked up these circuit boards. There is a thing that they do. They take these apart, they short out a sensor in there. It makes the chlorine generator run 24/7. You basically lose control here. It won't shut on and off on your time frames. It won't detect low salt or high salt. It'll just always produce chlorine. I don't agree with that. I don't think you should modify any of the safety features on something, especially where your children or where you might be swimming in it. Probably not a good idea. But if you do that, you know, there's other videos on YouTube about how to do that. I do not recommend it. Here's what I recommend. Since the issue is that the self-cleaning, let's turn this off, I'm sick of hearing the view. Since the issue is that the self-cleaning option goes bad or stops working or stops alternating, to explain what the self-cleaning is, you have multiple plates in there, but again, in layman's terms, if this plate over here is always being charged positively and this one is negatively, self-cleaning basically just reverses the flow. So this becomes positive, this becomes negative. So instead of everything coming to one plate, whichever the flow of electrons there's two theories. There's a theory that it goes from positive to negative. There's a theory that it goes from negative to positive. I don't care which theory it is. The simple method of it is that it has to flow one way or the other. So the self-cleaning option reverses the flow of that. Instead of it flowing from plate A to plate B, it flows from plate B to plate A. Well, if the self-cleaning option goes bad, you get a very quick buildup of, it's like a calcium buildup or some type of buildup on your plates, which I had. I cleaned the plates in vinegar, ran it was running great. I made a previous video on that. That may be all your problem. That may be all you have to do. If your self-clean function is still working on your unit, then that's all you need to do. That is entitled, the whole thing is all you need to do. But if you come out here hours later or the next day and it's beeping at you again and you're like, dude, I watched that Smash Engineering video, thought the guy led me down the right path, and I'm still having issues, I have a fix for you. It's not over yet. We're still in this. We're still in the fight. So you saw that mine was beeping. I've shut it off. It's real simple what we're going to do. Since the self-cleaning mode just reverses the polarity on these plates, the one way you can manually reverse the polarity on these plates is to loosen this. And there's your polarity right there. Positive to negative, negative to positive. So if it normally plugs in like this, you just flip it. It's going to be a little harder to plug in, but it still does, like so. And granted, it doesn't necessarily look right, but it's not going to hurt anything. Tighten that back down, and now this, we haven't cut the video, we haven't clipped it, we haven't nothing. We're going to turn it back on. This is all one take. I'm trying to be as straightforward for you guys as possible because this is a frustrating issue to run into, and these units aren't cheap. $200-300 bucks, whatever they happen to be. They're not cheap. So we're going to run this video straight like it is. I'm not cutting it clips. I'm not gonna show you, you know, whatever. Last time it ran great for about a day or two, and then it started having issues. So as you can see, you're creating bubbles, and all we've done is reverse the plate polarity here. That's exactly what self-clean option does. The self-clean mode is supposed to do that. So all the molecular level buildup you have on one of the plates needs to be, the polarity needs to be reversed for that buildup to get pushed off and absorbed by the water, the water flow, and then everything will start building up on the other plate. Now, since we're assuming the self-cleaning option is no longer working, what we need to do then, probably maybe once a month would probably be a good idea, or maybe once every couple weeks, maybe unthread that and switch to polarity manually. Some people would think that's too much. I guess you could wait until it starts beeping at you again and do it then if you really wanted to, but to be proactive and do maintenance ahead of time instead of fix things when they're broken, you might want to do it a little more often than the alarm tells you low salt. So usually it'll run for about a minute or so before it detects the low salt situation, which is just the plates not being in good enough condition to run the operation. I have done this on a different salt generator. It was kind of the same setup, but a friend of mine had, and so when I started having issues, I knew immediately that I should try that on mine. I did not immediately assume when I was having the low salt situation that my self-clean option was bad on this. Upon going and looking at reviews on these, I now see that a lot of people have this error, and so I wanted to make this video so that it helps you, because this error is frustrating. This unit is less than a year old and it's already having these issues, so clearly it's not the best unit to use, but if you've already bought it, then you're in it, and while we're in the trenches, we'll try to make videos on how to fix it. So it's running just great. I believe, has it been more than a minute? I don't know. Yeah. So it's not doing the low salt thing. So what I'm going to do is turn on my boost setting here. This should exacerbate the issue. If you had a low salt issue or the plates were too bad, this should make it shut down even faster. So if you can see, my boost mode is on. And what boost mode does is just apply more electrolytic power, I guess you could call it, to the plates to create more chlorine in the same amount of flow. So if 10 gallons would have created X amount of chlorine, it should create more chlorine within a 10-gallon pump period, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't have to make sense. All you need to know and all you need to take away from this video is, if you're having the low salt issue and my previous video didn't fix it, the soaking it in vinegar and cleaning off the plates didn't fix it, this will fix it. If this doesn't fix it, throw the unit away, get a new one, get something else. But this should fix it. Before I made this video, I had tested this theory because I didn't want to give you guys false information. This would not run for nothing. I'd re-cleaned my plates, I'd done everything I could do, it still would not run for nothing. So then I looked into it, found out that the self-cleaning function goes bad on these. All it does is reverse the polarity, so I thought, well, there might be enough cord there to reverse the polarity manually, so I did. It's been running, I had it running most of today like this, and it's creating chlorine. My chlorine levels are up when I tested, so it's doing really good. So I apologize if my previous video didn't help you, didn't fix your problem. I hope it did, and I hope you're here for a whole different reason, or you didn't see that video and you're here. If you didn't see that video, this is a quicker way to do it, but you do need to get your buildup off of these plates. So before you do this reversing of polarity, I would suggest to shut down your pool inlet and outlet valves. Take this off like I just showed you. Unscrew this piece here, and I'll put a little clip of what that looks like from my previous video. I'll put that in here. I get close. So you loosen this here. Yes, a little bit of water's, whatever water's in the system is going to come out. But if you loosen that, this is my first time doing this, you'll see, oh wow, that is the problem. So you get this buildup on there, and it shorts out the individual plates. All these plates are not supposed to touch. But you'll unscrew this and you'll check these plates for buildup, and I'll show you what the buildup looks like. I'll use a clip from my other video to show you what that buildup looks like. Do not just jump to reversing this polarity manually without cleaning your plates first, because it can cause issues and it's not going to fix your problem. You're just going to exacerbate your problem and get more frustrated. So if you're to this point and you're watching this video and you haven't already cleaned your plates, please watch that other video or whatever, clean these plates, and then if you're still having an issue, try this, because this does work. Clearly it's working great. And I won't be posting this video for a few days, so if you're seeing this video right now, then it worked. If you're not seeing this video, well then no explanation, because it didn't work and I'm on to other things to fix it. But if you're seeing the video right now, that means that the fix worked and you're cleared to go ahead and do it. As with anything that I show on my videos, they're informational only. They're not considered instructional. They're not considered that safe to do it. Always practice caution when you're working around electronics and water. If you're unsure of what you're doing, have someone else that is more qualified do it. Maybe a pool tech can come out and service it or something, but these videos are just what I do to help myself in these situations, and I hope that someone else can get some information from it and it might help them too. But like I said, always do these things at your own risk. So I know this was a short one, but thanks for watching. I hope I didn't blabber too much. If you could jump down in the comment section, leave me a comment whether this helped you or not, or if you were upset because of my other video and it didn't fix it. Now you're here and this helped you. If you could leave us a comment kind of affirming that this does work so other people can see it, and you know, follow us, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and maybe share this video somewhere that it can help somebody. But thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful summer.